Well, hello everyone and welcome back. Obviously you can tell I'm shirtless for this video, and that is to meet my contractual obligation for gratuitous nudity. Today I want to do something a little bit different and talk more about my own personal fitness journey. But I also want to go beyond just the fitness standpoint and talk a little bit more about how it emotionally shifted me as an individual, and more importantly, how my own self-confidence did increase. Because as a kid growing up, I had so many insecurities about my body and my weight. Now, as a disclaimer, this is not a workout tips or dietary nutrition tip video by any means. I'm literally going to chronicle my own sort of life, my habits, and how I saw changes within my body, and I changed up different habits within my own life and incorporated workouts into it. I am in no way, shape, or form a fitness or professional, if that wasn't painfully obvious by this, barely graduating from twink type body. Not that there's any shame in that, but it's like I recognize that I am far from an actual professional physically fit athlete who can give the best advice, but this is just purely gonna be my own story. So I wanna go back to the beginning of the years that my insecurities really took a hold of me more so, and that was definitely my teenage years, like junior high years is when I experienced, going from a relatively skinny kid, naturally in my grade school years. Once I hit my teenage years is when I really did start to put on weight. I was very self-conscious of how I dressed and how certain clothes laid on me. I was always that kid that would buy those baggy American Eagle t-shirts that could try to hide my what I considered to be my own man boobs. That where you'd flare the t-shirt to get it to stop from hugging you. The types of fabric and clothes that would hug you and squeeze, I hated it. If we went swimming somewhere and there were pictures taken, I would get into the water to hide most, if not all, of my torso. And I didn't play sports as a kid. I didn't play sports in junior high and high school. I was a homeschooled kid, and so my parents never made me actually play sports. And so I put on weight and I was a little chubby boy. It didn't help that I was lovingly told by certain, people, elders within my own life that, oh, you know what, you're gonna stretch out of this. All you have right now, whatever you're feeling, you're just gonna stretch when you get older. It'll just stretch out and even itself out. And I let little, kind lies take hold of my mind when they would say things like that, thinking like, oh, okay, that's cool. I'll just stretch out of this. Yeah, that was a load of loving bullshit. So I graduated high school. I still kind of maintained this body. I definitely was not stretching out of it like I was told I would. And I finally joined a community theater show, and that show required a lot of dancing. And so I did a shit ton of dancing. I think it was like a type of cardio that my body wasn't used to, but it was the golden ticket, because once I started dancing is when I started to honestly lose a lot of weight. Now, sidebar, it was during this theater experience that someone even blatantly commented on and they used the word man boobs. And I don't think they meant it maliciously. I don't think they meant to say it to be, mean or offensive, but it did hurt my feelings. I did not let them know this. I kept this to myself, but it made me that much more insecure and self-conscious. But it was during this show, after doing a shit ton of dancing, that I lost a lot of weight. And it was after this show finished that I really could see how much weight I initially lost from the dancing. And that's when my metabolism kicked into high gear. And this is me going on 19 now. This is what really kickstarted my golden age for my metabolism between 19 and 22. I lost a lot of weight. I got to I'd say probably the skinniest I've ever been. I became like a little skinny twink and the kind of skinny fucker that could eat anything and not gain anything. It was amazing. I loved it. I didn't even work out. Besides dancing and theater, I didn't go to a gym. God, I hate that guy now. Now, with this, change in your body, the way that clothes are fitting me, the way that I have, no embarrassment or no shame in wearing fitted clothes now and wearing skinny jeans and slim fit t-shirts, it was the first time that I felt like I had no shame of my body. Of course, I have my insecurities in various areas, but they were not nearly as bad as when I was a teenager. But like I said, this was a window from 19 to 22. So it was a very short-lived 3-year kilometabolism window, because once I turned 22, I noticed my metabolism start to slow down, where I did notice the fat started to stay. Like I couldn't just eat anything anymore. I started to gain weight back. I had, a little muffin top over my jeans now, or my tight little V-neck t-shirts were really hugging me, and they weren't looking nearly as flattering anymore in pictures. And I knew that, okay, I actually need to do something about this. And at this point in my life, I really regret it. Even now, I do regret that I was not signed up to play sports in junior high and high school, because, looking back, wow, look at what you could have accomplished in your youth when your body is technically like in the best, healthiest state it could ever be in, and now you have to really work your ass off to get there. Well, fan-fucking-tastic. Anyways, better late than never. So here I am at 22, and I start actually working out at the gym, and I'm going a lot, and I attack that gym in terms of doing a shit ton of cardio as well as weight training. Now, I didn't have a trainer or anything, so I really just started off just going in there and looking at all of these machines and all these options to do. I slimmed down really quickly with how aggressively I really dove into a shit ton of cardio when working out at the gym. And I got back down to my skinniest weight, but I did notice that this skinniest weight was subtly more toned than when I was skinnier at 19, with like no muscle definition whatsoever. Not that I had a ton of muscle definition. I naturally don't have muscle definition as a person. I have to work to get it, to put it on, unfortunately. I'm not blessed with that kind of body that has a natural six-pack or natural shoulders. Nope, I have to work for that shit. So I slimmed down very quickly once I started working out, and that was great. But then I noticed that, and this has happened a few times with my workout routines, that I'm essentially doing the wrong thing for too long. I did eventually pick up on routines, and I learned from my own friends. I've learned from boyfriends before on various workout routines that I can do. I've had 0 trainers, but I've been fortunate that a number of the people that have given me fitness advice happen to be trainers, and I'm, working on my own fitness and my gains naturally. And so that's my own choice, is to do a, natural fitness routine, which means it takes fucking forever to get there and get any types of results. I will say that the greatest motivation for me to keep going was seeing the small, subtle changes over time, seeing the actual payoff. Yes, it was easy to keep going when I saw that I lost the food weight that I put on at 22, but then once I got skinny again and I was then shifting focus to build muscle, seeing those tiny improvements over the course of long ass periods of time, that is the best motivation for me. That's what keeps me going. That's when I can see, okay, it took me 3 months to start to see some cleavage form down here. It's the little improvements, the little tiny things I do see working. You do look different than where you were, 7 years ago. Thank fucking God. But it's also been so rewarding for my own confidence and how I see myself. Like, myself 10 years ago would never dream of doing a shirtless video talking about my fitness like this. I mean, myself 10 years ago wouldn't be posting like shirtless selfies on Instagram. There were several points within my own journey to where I began to just let myself try something. Let myself just step out there with no shame and embrace myself for who I am, and not be ashamed, but be proud. I go from a kid who is wearing baggy t-shirts to, slim fit t-shirts, to slim tank tops, to Speedos, who is posting shirtless pictures on Instagram. And you know what? I see that and I look through Instagram and it's interesting to scroll through, because I do see my own fitness journey over time. And I do want to chronicle that. I want to see where I was. I want to see what I accomplished along the way through all of these years of hard work and time. I'm not ashamed. I'm proud of posting my own journey and putting it out there and owning it. Now, for the record, my insecurities haven't fully gone away. Not at all. I'm an incredibly insecure person. I have my insecurities nowadays and things that I'm really, really fucking unhappy with, like these motherfuckers down here. It's taken a long time to learn some of the right things and get there. I wish that I personally personally had my workout routine and diet regime that I have now, I wish I had it 7 years ago. But you know what? You live and you learn. You make those mistakes. You feel like you wasted so much time doing the wrong thing, but hey, that's just life. You just kind of have to learn many lessons the hard way. Obviously, I'm a long way away from being any type of, Thor, Hulk, Captain America. Okay, that's never gonna fucking happen, but you get what I mean. I am not a bodybuilder by any means, but I am very proud of where I am now based on where I was and based on what I went through to get here. I do find that without working out, whatever muscle I do put on, I can lose really, really quickly. I just love my body. So I just have to work twice as hard just to maintain, and that's fine, because I'm willing to do it. I'm gonna do it. This is part of my life. This is part of who I am now, and I'm glad I have developed a healthy fitness lifestyle, these fitness habits, these dietary habits, It's like, I think about it, it's like, man, you know what? This will actually be good in terms of being a healthy person in general, staying physically active and eating right. It's like, no shit, Ryan. I am still a very, very long way away from where I want to be, but there's no stopping me now. Like, I am fully committed, and I'll be damned if I don't get there one day. That is my own little mini, story of my own fitness journey, where I am now, and I think that's enough gratuitous nudity for this video today. So I should probably wrap it up before I embarrass myself even more than I already have. So as always, thank you all again for tuning in, and until next time, I'm Ryan Boehme signing off. Bye everyone.